God bless. I want to give honor to God who's the head over my life. I'm reading Revelations 21, verses 1 through 8. My subject is making all things new. Okay, this is where the Lord is performing new heaven and new earth. Some people don't know that they're walking dead. Some people have already had the seal. They have already risen in resurrection. And those are the chosen ones. Those are the believers. Those are the faithful pastors, leaders. Those are the believers. Those are the unbelievers that decided that they wanted to join Christ and be a follower of Christ. Those are the ones that will have the stamp on them of Christ. Okay. A lot of people think that this is a game, but this is no game. I can assure you this is no game. It's going to be some people that's going to be falling dead, and people going to be wondering, well, what happened? What happened is you sat and you followed Satan, and he had already marked you. And for the ones that say, hey, I ain't got time for this, what's going on is really real. So, I don't got time to be playing around. Those are the ones that are going to be stamped with the seal. Okay. So let's get into this reading. Then I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth had passed away, and there was no longer any sea. I saw the holy city, the new Jerusalem, coming down out of heaven from God, prepared as a bride, beautifully dressed for her husband. And I heard a loud voice from the throne saying, look, God's dwelling place is now among the people, and he will dwell with them. They will be his people, and God himself will be with them and be their God. He will wipe every tear from their eyes, and there will be no more death or mourning or crying or pain, for the old order of things has passed away. He who was seated on the throne said, I will make everything new. Then he said, write this down, for these words are trustworthy and true. He said to me, it is done. I am the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. To the thirsty I will give water without cost from the spring of the water of life. Those who are victorious will inherit all this, and I will be their God. They will be my children. But the cowardly, the unbelieving, the vile, the murderer, the sexual immoral, those who practice magic arts, idlers, and all liars, they will be co-signed to the fiery lake of burning sulfur. This is the second death. So as you know that I was doing the 7-day Passover, okay? The first one was to gather up God's people because they were in captivity. If you can understand, if Jerusalem was in captivity where their land was destroyed and stuff like of things of that nature, if their land was destroyed, it only got worse because Jerusalem was the holy nation. And anytime the holy nation, anytime someone invades God's holy nation, that means that it's destruction to come. Okay. So in order to do that, like I said, when I first began, I had to do a purifying and cleansing, but the Lord was only leading me to do that because so much of his people had already sinned. They were in captivity. Satan had already carried them in captivity, okay, where they were worshiping him. Okay, so in order to do that, I had to purify and cleanse the people of God in order for them to get purified back to the Lord. Okay. Um, and I was only led by the Spirit because I cannot do any of these things on my own. I don't have that much power. Okay. Everything that I get from the Lord. I get from what he tells me to read through the scripture. I get from visions. Okay. That's what seers do. They get visions, and God points out scriptures that he wants, his seers, prophets, to delay to his people, to give them insight so they will no longer be blind, but they can finally see, so that they wouldn't be in the hands of Satan, but they would be followers of God. Okay. So and everything that you do, make sure that you understand that these are the last days, okay? Because the Lord is trying to prepare his people for the new heaven and the new earth. And whoever thinks that this is a joke, you're going to be left behind. So please take heed to what I am saying. My subject is making all things new, a new heaven and a new earth. God bless.